Hey guys, so last class we learned about solving systems of equations by graphing, and we noticed that sometimes it's not the best or the most reliable because our graphs might be not neat like mine, or the intersection point might not be at a coordinate where the x and y are integers, or the intersection point may happen way off of the grid of where you are graphing from, probably like -10 to +10 and so on. So a second method is a more algebraic method. It is using the substitution method. If you like to label your notes, this is section 4.1 part 2. All right, and write down this little mini paragraph here. The steps that you take. You want to get one of your equations to have a variable isolated. Does not matter if it's x or y. I always look at the 4 coefficients of the variables x and y in my equations and see if any of them have a coefficient of +1 or -1. So if you want to make that note, put that down. Once you have it isolated, you substitute that expression that's equal to into the other equation, and then you solve that equation for the remaining variable, and then determine the value of the initial one. So write that down. It'll make more sense once we do these examples. Oops, I'm sorry. I just told you to write something down and I moved the paper. And by paper, I mean the SmartBook notebook paper. All right, let's look at number 1. Hit pause if you still are writing stuff down. Number 1, we have this system here, and I should just move this out of the way so we're not even looking at it. All right, number 1. Looking at our 4 coefficients, we have 3, 1, 2, and 3. So this one here, the y, has a coefficient of 1. So if we rewrite this equation with y isolated, we will get y equals -3x plus 2. I am a creature of habit. I always do this. I box what y equals, and I underline where y is in the other equation. We are going to now, that's step 1. Step 2, rewrite equation number 2 with what y equals in the first equation. So I am plugging in that -3x plus 2 in for y. Now we just have an equation down here with just the variable x. So we're going to solve this equation for x. So 2x, distribute your 3. Combine like terms. Move the 6 over, and you get x equals 2. Awesome. Circle it. People will circle it, say, woo, I'm done. But what do they forget to do? If you are looking for a solution, you are looking for a point, you're looking for a coordinate. So we need the y value. That's why I box the expression that our first variable is equal to solve for that. It stands out to me when I'm going back to look at what the question was asking me. So plug in 2 for your x to find y. So y equals -3 times 2 plus 2, -6 plus 2. So in this case, y equals -4. Be careful, you're not always solving for x first. So just be careful when you write your answer, you write it as a coordinate, and you write it in the correct order, x comma y. Can I move this stuff so I can get to number 2? Yes, perfect, okay. All right, let's try number 2. All right, looking at our 4 coefficients, 1x, 2, 2, and -1. Let's go out of the box and try something different because people always like to solve in terms of y. Apparently circles aren't working today. All right, let's isolate x in our first equation here. So move that 2y over. So x equals negative 2y plus 7. Box it. And we are plugging in negative 2y plus 7 in for x. So 2 times minus y equals 4. Plugging in negative 2y plus 7. So negative 4y plus 14 minus y equals 4. Negative 5y equals negative 10. So y is going to equal 2. I apologize for skipping a step. I combine like terms and move the 14 at the same time. All right, y equals 2. I plug back in up here. X equals negative 2 times 2 plus 7. Negative 4 plus 7 is 3. X equals 3. Be careful, like I said earlier, your answer is out of order for this one, so you have to write x comma y. All right, this is substitution method. These two example problems show you when the two lines do intersect. For the sake of time and for letting you guys go through your homework at a decent amount of time here, for problems that are parallel, when you go to have substitution, your variables will cancel out and you would be left with a false statement. So parallel lines have no solution. And it would look something like if you have 4x plus 6 minus 4x equals 10. When you would go to solve this, when you combine like terms, they go away and you're left with 6 equals 10. Well, that is completely false. That's not true at all. So when you get a false statement, that means that there is no intersection. So that would be no solution. If you end up using substitution method and you get a true statement, 6 equals 6, 0 equals 0, then that means that they are the exact same line and you would have infinitely many solutions. So just look out for them when you are doing the homework problems. I hope this was helpful. Always come back here, pause, go through these again, and please, please, please let me know if you have any questions and I can help you. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, guys.